He fell asleep in New Jersey before the bombs hit the ground. Broadcasting from a bomb shelter, he is the nuclear clown. It's a very special day here at Nuclear Clown TV and across the world because YouTube is now allowing videos to be 15 minutes. The limit was 10. Well, you could squeeze 11 in, but now it's 15. I sat down with Mr. YouTube, the CEO Wilhelm von YouTube, and over the course of a few discussions back and forth, some business deals, some legal wrangling that my legal team tells me I can't talk about right now, we finally came to an agreement. YouTube said, "Listen, man, we need more Nuclear Clown. How can we get more Nuclear Clown?" And I said, "Listen, you got to give me 15 minutes. I'm sorry, I can't. Listen, I'll go against my lawyer's advice and tell you, I was going to leave. I was like, listen, you can't contain me, you just can't, you can't bottle me in. You can't box me in, or whatever shape I'm doing. You can't do that. You can't shape me. Can't. I need 15 minutes. I'm going to leave. I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to leave all this money on the table, and I'm just going to leave if I don't get 15 minutes. Listen, I played hardball with them. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you, especially you. Me and you, So, yeah, so 15 minutes now. So go out and record, shit. Just go out there and record whatever you need. You got 15 minutes. That's awesome. That's great. A lot of time when I do these videos, it's longer than 11 minutes. And I have to edit it down. Some of them are even like, I just go on, blabbing because I can't shut up. And a lot of them will be, some of them have even been like a half hour, and I've had to cut down, like 19 minutes worth of stuff. And it really, really helps a lot now that it's a 15-minute length on the video. So it's going to take me a little bit longer to upload. It's going to take me a little bit longer to render, whatever. But I'm glad to report that hopefully we'll be getting some longer videos, which is all good. So I've been just trapped in this cage, and now I'm ready to bust loose. I have 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes together now, forever, for always. So, I'm gonna get right to it. 15 minutes. I have a lot to express. So, what do you want to talk about? How's school? I'd like to start this random explosion of video with a big congratulations. You may recall about a month back or so, I announced just a wildly popular. This was just through the roof. This was great. A UFC Poetry contest. And needless to say, I got thousands of entries. Just thousands. Or one. So anyway, if you haven't seen it, go to my UFC Undisputed Poetry contest and look at the responses for the lone reply and the winning reply, coincidentally enough, from Jimmy Schnucka, a subscriber. You have won the UFC contest. The video game is in the mail, my friend, and you should definitely check that out and go watch his stirring haiku about the UFC. It makes you think, and it puts a few tears right here. So go check that out, definitely. And good job, Jimmy. In SummerSlam, they had a big 7-on-7 match. Nexus's kind of big first, pay-per-view deal, this big unstoppable faction of young, virile guys, all new and hungry in the business, and they want to prove how dominant they are. So they prove how dominant they are by fucking losing their very first pay-per-view thing. I think that's a pretty shitty mistake, and I think you really want to keep them strong as far as possible. But whatever. The whole kind of art of stables or teams or organizations is just a thing of the past. Now they make a tag team or a group of people, and then within a number of weeks there's infighting, kicking members out, and then blah, nothing. And I don't want to see the whole Nexus thing go that way, because I do think it's a very good idea, but already, the other day on Raw, Darren Young got kicked out. I think it's way too soon to kind of do those little side plots. Let's keep everything kind of strong and build momentum and kind of keep it going. But, what do I know? Have you seen that commercial with, it's like for that Gillette razor thing that has the gel in it, and it applies the gel as you shave? Is that not like the hottest part? Where, see, because they kind of cut it up, so you have to keep an eye out for it. But like they'll throw a towel at somebody, and then it'll burst into water or whatever. But there's one part where there's this girl laying on the bed, and she hits the guy with a pillow, and it turns into water or whatever. And the girl is like, oh wow. The girl is very oh wow, and yeah, it's an exceedingly awesome commercial for the 2 seconds that she's on there. So check it out if you're next time you're browsing through YouTube shaving commercials. I'll see it and look at a really hot girl in bed. Saw 8 or 9 or 16, I don't know what they're up to now, but apparently the filmmakers are alleging that it's going to be the last of the Saw series. Now I love when Saw movies come out, and I'll tell you why. The summer is not my favorite time of the year. I hate summer a lot because I weigh 600 pounds. And when you weigh 600 pounds, it's like you're wearing a starter jacket at all times. So, and do you remember starter jackets? In like the early 90s when they were like they're like really big, thick black jackets, and people would collect the little things on the strings on the side. They'd have the little clamps or whatever, and people would collect them. Yeah. So when I walk around, I'm always pretty much hot. So when it's cold out, I'm fine. I walk around pretty much wearing the same clothes year round because I love the cold weather. I absolutely love it. And the heat, not so much. And Saw always comes out in October. See, I'm wrapping all this stuff up in a nice, neat little story. So when I see that a new Saw is coming out, that means cold weather is on its way, and that means that I'm fine and I'm happy. The movies, however, are god awful. They're terrible. But I like the first Saw a lot. I thought the first Saw was very good and very kind of different. And then 2 I thought was alright. And then, beyond that, it was like, come on, guys. And I think I kind of went out of obligation. Like, I don't have many traditions in my life besides going to McDonald's or, Burger King. Or both. So, a kind of every year I go and see these horrible movies. It's kind of sentimental to me. So, I went, I think, up to maybe 4. Maybe 5, I don't remember. But yeah, they're pretty terrible, and I'm sure this new one is going to be terrible. And it's reached such a point of ridiculousness with the Saw franchise that I kind of hope they totally go overboard. And see, if I was doing it, I would have it be revealed that Jigsaw is actually God. And he actually, like in the Bible and all these Bible stories, how God tests people. So I would make it totally crazy where Jigsaw is God and this is how he tests, you know, his people. And I would have a giant, like, worldwide jigsaw trap, you know, revelations, and it's up to humanity to, you know, to pass the big jigsaw revelations trap. Now, that idea is ridiculous and completely over the top, but this is Saw we're talking about, and let's face it, it's not exactly known for its you know, point A to point B storylines. So yeah, so that's what I would do. I would make it totally batshit crazy, because hey, why not, right? It's the last one. They get progressively dumber and dumber. So let's just go pedal down, and you know, and go at it. And it's in 3D, if you care, and you probably don't. And I think I'm the only person in the United States who really doesn't think Halo is that big a deal. I mean, I have Halo 3, and I played it, and I don't know, I just didn't really like it. And as far as it being a shooter and all that stuff, I don't know, I'm not a hardcore, you know, game person, but I didn't really like the way it looked. Not graphics wise, but just kind of like the way it was designed. I didn't like all the bright colors and all that stuff. Some of the aliens were downright adorable that you're running around killing. And I think Master Chief kind of looks like the guys in Photon. Does anybody remember Photon? They had laser tag, and then like the cheap James Wave version of laser tag, which was Photon, and they even had a cartoon on Photon, and the people ran around in the green suits. I don't know, whenever I see Master Chief, I always think of Photon. But anyway, they did, you know, Halo 3, and it was supposed to be like this big trilogy. Oh, we're never doing any more Halo games. That's it. We are done. Halo is finished. But for your consideration, you know, the other one, what was it? Halo, not ODST, but the one before it, the real-time one. Halo Wars, I think it was called. They did that when they did ODST, and now Halo Reach, which I don't know what the fuck any of these games are about. And I know, you know, the whole thing, it's like, well, no more games with Master Chief in it. Okay, I understand. But I don't know. I never really was into the franchise. I don't particularly like the way it looks. I'm not... I don't know. Sorry. But Reach. You know what I did like about ODST a whole lot, and I never played it, but the commercial, the whole. If you haven't seen the whole full, like, what was it, 2 minutes or a minute and something ODST commercial, it's really good. It's really, really great. And I know it's like from like last year, and I know that it's an old thing, but man, I remember I saw that on TV, and that made me want to play ODST because the commercial was so kick-ass, and I can't recall ever seeing a commercial that really made me want to that sold me on the product. Well, except that fucking shaving commercial with that hot ass girl who hits the guy with the pillow that turns into, oh god, she's hot. Yeah, so Halo Reach is out. I don't know what it's about. I don't really get the whole Halo thing. I'm terrible at it. Halo 3, well, I could take it or leave it, I guess. But yeah, another Halo game that is out. Now, was that 15 minutes already? Oh my goodness, are we just chatty little Cathys or what? The two of us. I mean, when we get together, the phone bill is through the roof. So from now on, I am really excited about being able to deliver more content. You get to see more of me. You get to see more of my lovely cohort, Atomic Angie, in all of her busty, painty, red-nosy glory. And yeah, this is a good thing. Thank you, YouTube, Mr. Von YouTube. It was a pleasure doing business with you. I'm glad that you are so interested in having me on your website that you would extend the limits of your video an extra 5 minutes. It paid off, guys. It paid off. So until next we meet for a half hour of fun, go shave.